So yesterday was a doozy, man. I'm gonna run down the whole story from start to finish, like everything. So a few weeks, like okay, I first moved back, right? And one of my friends, who I will not name in the video, but one of my friends, went to look at this apartment for me, because they needed somebody to come see it in person in order to give me an application. So I said, hey, will you go see the apartment? He took some buses, got over here, sent me some pictures, told me it was cool. Okay. Um, Fast forward, I get the apartment, whatever. Now, like on the day that I move into this apartment, me and him, we're in here chilling, and then he just starts acting very strange, like real weird, like not the person I knew years ago. Like it was just real different, and I was like, "What is wrong with you?" So I told him to get out of my house. I was like, "You need to leave," and he really didn't want to leave at first, and it was pissing me off. I was like, "Yo, get up and leave," and he didn't want to leave. Finally, he called an Uber and he left after like 20 minutes of me persuading him. But I ended up sending him text messages through after he left, and I was like, "There's something off in your eyes. Like your eyes look really black and dark." And I was like, "I don't know if you're still doing heroin, because that's just that's, I guess he used to be a heroin addict. He still is, I guess, but." I was like, "Yo, I don't know what's going on, but you are acting very weird." Okay, so he left, right? And then I blocked him. Um, I blocked him because I was like, you know what? I don't want nobody with energy like that in in my house. And that's what I told him, because one very specific thing that I remember is that at first he was here in my room, and I was like, "Yo, you got to get out." And he went inside the living room, but he was sitting like Indian style in the dark, drinking a beer on some weird shit. I was like, "Yo, I feel like you're manifesting some sort of negative energy in my house." I was like, "You have to go." I was like, "This is the first night that I'm spending in this house, and you're up here trying to manifest like some dark presence." I was like, "Leave." And he was like, "I'm not doing anything, dude." Like, and the way he responds is like a 12-year-old. Like, I'll be telling him, "Leave." I'm like, "What are you doing?" I don't know. I'm fucking new. I don't know if it's the shit that he's on. I don't know if he's just acting dumb or he's mentally underdeveloped, but every time I ask him to do like leave or what are you doing, he just responds stupid. So, okay, so after that day he left, I texted him, "Your eyes are on some weird shit. You act weird. Are you still on some shit? Because normal people just don't act like how you're acting, and I would know, okay?" So anyway, I blocked him, I unblocked him, because I was like, oh, okay, well, he still looked good, because I went back to the fact that he came and looked at this apartment for me. I was like, okay, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had this apartment, because I didn't have nobody else to go look at apartments for me. So I unblocked him because I felt bad. I'm always feeling bad for people, always fucking feeling bad for people that come to find out, people that I've been feeling bad for were planning my destruction the whole time. People that I've been feeling bad for is on the back end, like plotting to take me down, like stupid. So anyway, he texted me last week, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And I lied and said that I was working, but I really wasn't. But I just felt something was off, so I said no. I blocked him again. I unblocked him. He texted me Monday night, "You want to hang out?" Initially, I said yes, but I got off of work very late, so we didn't hang out. Tuesday comes around. He texts me Tuesday afternoon, "Hey, let's do something." And I was on the fence. I I wanted to go out and explore the city and at least go to a bar. I haven't been nowhere since I got out here. So I kind of wanted to. But on the other hand, I was like, yo, I don't want to hang out with this nigga. It was always something in me that never wanted to hang out with this nigga. He's just weird. His face looks strange. He acts strange. He talks strange. He's like, the way he talks is just like, it's like he's in a whole nother world. Like, I don't get it. Like, so reluctantly I said yes. And in hindsight, why did I hang out with somebody I didn't want to hang out with? Nobody forced me. I mean, unless, niggas was doing shit on the back end to make me more compliant, but I should have just said no because I wanted to wash clothes. I wanted to clean my house. I wanted to do all this stuff. And in the end, what did I do? I got fucked by, or fucked over by someone that I trusted, that I had love for. And that I never would have thought would have done that. So anyway, Tuesday comes around. He gets to my house, 4:30. We're walking, trying to find some place to eat. I'm like, okay, well, let's go. Originally, my mind said Venice, but then I just said Washington at the last minute. So we walked on Washington for a little bit, and then we went back to Venice. Like, we made a whole fucking... Even that, to me, was strange. Like, we were walking on Washington looking for a bar, and he's like, oh, let's go back to Venice. And it's like, why are we making a circle? Think about that. Why was he circling my house? That's a good point. We literally made a circle around my house. That's interesting. So anyway, we end up at this German bar. The food was mediocre. The drinks. Okay, so here's the first thing that I noticed. That was strange. About the experience. I ordered a margarita, and the margarita was like 10 ounces, and it had this much ice. It was a 10-ounce drink with 7 ounces of ice. So the ice filled the cup, and I drank it within like a minute. And he goes, hey, can I try your margarita? And I say, sure. I give him my margarita to try, right? He sips some, he gives it back to me. So I finished that margarita, but it's so small. But I noticed that I feel a buzz afterward, which is weird because the drink was so small. Like, there was no way I could have gotten a little tipsy or a little buzz from that small ass drink. I think he spiked my drink. I really do. Because there's no way I was feeling good after drinking that one little ass drink. So anyway, I order another drink. I try some of his drink. We go back and forth, right? We get up. We start walking back to my house. He already had a bottle of Cazadores at my house, which I think is significant, right? Cazadores means hunters. So if I'm a demon hunter and you're an angel hunter, well, it really seemed like a battle, like a face-off with the two hunters of two sides, when I think about it. So we stop at CVS, and it's so weird because I have two Mayan sculptures that I wanted to hang up. Like, something was telling me, Azalea, you hang those sculptures up as soon as you get back from CVS. Like, find something to hang it up with and hang it up. And now I know it's because those things were protectors, I don't feel like getting up to put them on the camera, but that's why something was urging me to put those Mayan sculptures up. And I even told him after I hung it, we went to CVS, got some stuff to hang it. After I hung it, I was like, these are my protectors, these are my guardians. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And now I know, like, if that was for a reason, that was God speaking to me. Señora de Guadalupe, like, that was everybody telling me to get ready. Your guardians are ready, your guardians are here for you. So I put them up. And it was also weird because we're at CVS, and I told him I might have needed a hammer to nail some screws in. I didn't nails. I ended up not getting any nails because I found something easier to stick on the wall. But magically, he comes up with a hammer. They don't even sell hammers. I don't know where the hammer came from. Like, for real, they don't sell hammers, and he just picked up a hammer. So anyway, but he shoplifts the hammer, okay? He doesn't even go to the register and say, hey, can I buy it? And I think the reason for that is maybe it was placed there before, or something, because there was no bar, there was no scanner on there. Like, there was nothing. That hammer was not, they don't sell it there. So what does he do? He puts the hammer inside the bag. He steals it, right? So we have Cazadores at the house. He gets some beer. He asked me if I want wine. I'm like, no, like, that's too much. I'm like, first of all, I have wine at the house already. Second of all, you have beer. Third of all, we have liquor. Like, that's too much. I'm like, I'm good. So we get, we get to the register, pay for the stuff. I end up holding the bag with the hammer out because he's carrying the beer and the ice, and I end up carrying the bag. So what does it look like? That I took the hammer out of the store. You know, and that's even what he said. You took the hammer out the store, not me. That was a very slick move on his part of me, like accepting this hammer or taking the hammer. You know, I don't know if that was what that was supposed to signify, but because I carried the bag out of the store, whatever. So, we get back to my place, and then things just get even weirder. I really do think he spiked my drink or something because I don't act like I was acting when he was here. I never act like that when I drink. Like I was acting crazy. So, and this has happened before. It happened this time. It happened like every time he's here, I black out and things get very jumbled and confusing. And I always end up telling him, leave my house. But I don't know why I'm telling him to leave. I don't know if he disrespects me. I don't know if he comes on to me and I don't want it, but I always end up saying, you need to get out, but I don't know why I say it. I don't even remember the conversation leading up to that. I just remember saying leave. It's so weird. So I really do think he put something that made me just out of it. You know, out there are parts that are just so jumbled up and I'm just not myself. So anyway, you know, we're drinking, watching music videos, we're just chilling, and then it just hits. Like I'm like, get out. Out of nowhere, right? I'm just like, get out, and he won't leave. And this goes on for hours, you know. I just got very uncomfortable with him there. I feel like I felt that ominous presence that he was bringing, and I was not having it. Like, I was like, no, the reason that I was so appalled was because he was telling me that he would not leave my house. It's like, if someone tells you to leave their property, you don't have a right but to do it. You don't pay no bills in here. Like, I was so appalled that he would not leave. I was so angry, you know? So he wouldn't leave. I ended up calling the police 3 times, right? Finally, they came out. They buzzed down the door. You know, the last time that I called them, I hung up the phone. And they don't knock. You know, they literally bust in the door. And they're like, this is the police. Hands up. It was so surreal. Like, I couldn't even believe I was sitting in my apartment with police running through the front door. Like, I was shocked. So they come in, they ask me what happened, and I say he won't leave my house. That's it. Oh, did he hit you or anything? No, he didn't hit me. I want him to leave. So anyway, they take him out. The lady tells me, make sure you lock your door. And I said, okay, but I fell asleep right after, so I never locked the door. So tell me why. 10 minutes later, he walks back into my house. Because why? The door is not locked, and the police dropped him off right where they picked him up. When I see him walk back in here, I was so frustrated. And at that point, he knew I had little avenues to go. I already called the police. They didn't do anything. At that point, he had my cell phone. I couldn't call nobody. I couldn't get him to leave. So I left my own house. So I left my house. I was crying at this point because I didn't have my phone. And I was so sad. Oh, and I forgot to mention, he kicked in my window and shattered the glass and broke open a wine bottle. So I was sad because I knew that I was probably going to get evicted. I knew I wasn't going to get my security deposit or something. So I'm crying down the street, like crying. And anyway, so eventually I get back to the house. And he has made a mess. Okay, the 2 most disrespectful things he did, he pissed on my floor and then threw a pair of my underwear in his piss. And then he knocks down all of my Guadalupe statues and candles. And then he hides, which I didn't find this until today. I didn't find this until a few hours ago. I have a tassel at my front door, which is just like Guadalupe on a tassel. I used to have it in my car. Now I have it on my front door. Tell me why this sneaky, evil bastard, when I was gone, because I was gone for like 15 minutes, and I came back with somebody who would get him to leave. It was just some other guy that I found on the street, and this other guy got him to leave. So I come back to the house. like I said, today I'm moving some boxes. Tell me why behind the box he has my Guadalupe tassel wrapped up wrapped up with that same hammer. Okay, he has the Guadalupe tassel and the hammer behind some boxes in front the front door or by the front door. So why do you have a hammer attached to my saint? You know, what are you trying to do? It was very, when I found that today, that's when I knew he for sure did something intentional. You know, before I thought maybe he was just into some weird shit. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, this is what he's on. Like, he literally threw down my Guadalupe tassel and put it with a hammer. The fuck is it? And not only that, when I was at the hotel that I was before I got here, I had sage. And I hadn't used it in the hotel. I was going to wait until I got... No, actually, I did sage. I saged in that hotel room. And then when I moved from that place to this place, I can no longer find my sage. Why? I'm guessing that he took it. Because he came to my hotel room and all of a sudden I couldn't find my sage afterwards. So he took my sage so I couldn't cleanse the negative energy out. He tears down my Guadalupe. He was reading the Bible. I have a Bible here at the altar. He picked it up and was being real disrespectful, making funny voices. I said, put it down. So, and then I watched a reading on YouTube where, let me read you the title. And he also broke my laptop. My laptop is all fucked up. It's my window that I'm gonna have to pay $250 for. And then my laptop and some tile that he broke in the kitchen. So money, money, money. See, it's I can't even see because where he broke it at is like I can't see what's there. See, the history is right there. Oh, here it is. So this is the name of the reading that I saw. And guess what? This lady posted this reading the same time we was going. She posted this at 10 p.m. That's literally the same time all this shit was happening here. At 10:11 p.m. God. It's called They Weighed Several Attacks on You, Yet You're Still Standing Strong and Prospering. Let's watch a little bit of it. I hope this content creator doesn't mind me using just a little bit of her stuff. It's going to be...
So don't let me say he or she confuse you because the cards do consist of kings and queens and emperor and empress. So that's why. Okay, let's get started. What is the message, please? Channeled message reading for the collective. What is the message, please? You have the strength. You have the 10 of Wands. Uh-oh. Let's see. You have the Sun. Okay. Clarify the strength. 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 Uh-oh. The Hermit in the reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone here is not doing very well. Then you have the Moon that's on the back. So the strength is all about overcoming difficulties. Okay, overcoming difficulties, overcoming fears, doubts, insecurities, trauma, past wounds. And in clarity of the strength, the Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse. Now, if the Eight of Pentacles were to be in the upright, oops, something's on my nails. I just got done eating some oranges. If the Eight of Pentacles is in the upright, it's someone who is like working on something, building something, right? It could even be building your finances or putting something together successfully, you know? But it's in the reverse. So I feel like someone here, it's almost like something has declined. Something has declined. Someone is not able to move forward. And then the Hermit in the reverse, I see this as someone who's ill. I feel like someone here is not doing well. Someone's health has declined, is what I'm seeing. Especially with the Hermit in the reverse. In the upright is someone who's isolating, healing, reflecting, and recovering. Okay? Recovering. But it's in the reverse. So I don't get a good energy from this, you guys. I feel like someone's health is declining. Unfortunately, someone does not have the ability to move forward. They're becoming, I'm hearing that they're growing weaker and weaker. This could be someone who is in critical condition, is what I'm hearing. And then you have the moon. The moon represents secrets or something that's hidden. So this person could be hiding this. Let me see. Clarify the moon. Seven of Cups. That's a lot of cards, you guys. Don't get mad at me. Let me shuffle better so we can get more specific cards to come out. Clarify the moon. Man, the Hangman is here. I feel like someone's ill. Someone's trapped in a situation. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is a religious figure. It could be an advisor, a counselor. It could be someone who just has very traditional views. Okay? Sometimes the Hierophant at a low vibration, could be, sort of like a false prophet, self-righteous, very close-minded. The Hierophant could talk about marriage and forgiveness as well. Clarify the Hierophant. Let me see. I feel like someone here is unwell and their health is declining. Eight of Cups, walking away from an investment. Walking away from an investment, no longer investing your time, blood, energy into a past situation. Seven of Swords. Someone here has to give an answer. The Hierophant is representing a higher power. Someone here needs to ask for forgiveness from a higher power because of something that they did in their past. You have the Eight of Cups. I feel like they walked away from someone. They could have walked away from a marriage or a connection that was like, it was a soulmate. It was a powerful soulmate connection, and they had some sort of divine purpose with this person, and instead they walked away. They stopped investing with the Eight of Cups. On the Seven of Swords, they cheated. The Seven of Swords is someone.
So that's a little bit of the reading, but she just talks about how people were plotting against you and they thought they were going to defeat you, but they didn't. They've been scheming, plotting. Like, it was just really, it was kind of heartbreaking, and also I was mad at myself because I had the feeling from the beginning that something like that was happening. It was just, I had a lot of omens. I even told them at my job that because one day it was very windy, like 2 days before this happened or the day before, I went outside and I couldn't even walk through the wind. It was so windy. And then when I came back, the fire alarm was going off. So I got a few omens that something big was about to happen. But in the reading, she just basically talks about how it was like a spiritual warfare, how someone has waged war against me, because they thought I was too weak. They didn't think I would survive. They didn't think I was mentally strong enough to come out of it. So they waged a spiritual war against me, and they were defeated, because I was divinely protected. So it was man, like I said, it was a little bit sad to know that this is the second person I know for sure, or actually the third, that has like done this to me. And this is happening more frequently with me. Like every time I get close to someone, I end up finding out they're really just trying to take something from me. Most of the time it's spiritual. You know, they're trying to take me down. They're trying to kill me. They're trying to take my powers. Like, it's weird. So I'm about to stop associating myself with anybody, because I cannot trust anybody. I've been knowing this man for over 7 years, and I moved back to LA, and you know, the first time we meet up, he's on some other shit. You know, it's sad that it wasn't a real friendship. You know, that he sold me out. She talks about in the video, the reason they did what they did to me is because for an initiation, they wanted to be initiated into something, and I was what needed to be sacrificed in order to be a part of that. So, but now that they were unsuccessful, they will be the ones sacrificed. So, it feels better to say it. And I read a lot of Bible verses today, just about God protecting me and being a warrior, being strong. I'll read one right now. Okay, this one is on point, right? It's Psalm 55. It says, "Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not thyself from my supplication." How come it's like smutty? Okay. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make a noise. Because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked, for they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is sore pained within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. And I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove. And it was so crazy because the candle that I got today, Espiritu Santo, it has a dove on. Look, that's a dove right there. That's a dove. So, and I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest. Lo, then would I wander far off and remain in the wilderness, Selah. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. This is what I was talking about. The windy storm they're talking about, that was literally the day before this happened. It was either the day before or 2 days before. It was a windstorm. You know, I went on lunch break and I could not even, everything was flying off of me. My hair, my shirt, everything. I had to like push through. And they talk about it in here. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself from him. Exactly. It wasn't somebody I knew didn't like me. You know, it wasn't an enemy. Now it was a friend. And this is the second time. Or actually third. You know? Always people you think you're cool with. They're just plotting on you. But it was thou, a man mine equal, my guide and mine acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of God in company. Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell. For wickedness is in their dwellings and among them. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Ah, oof. Mm-mm-mm. I'm going to read that one more time because that shit hit my soul. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Thank you, Lord. Evening and morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. And I did cry. I was in the streets crying. He hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. Oof. Damn, this is deep. He hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old, Selah, because they have no changes, therefore they fear not God. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. But thou, O God, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. I'll read the next one as well. Be merciful. This is Psalm 56. Be merciful unto me, O God, for a man would swallow me up. He fighting daily oppresseth me. Mine enemies would daily swallow me up, for they be many that fight against me, O thou most high. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee, and God I will praise his word. In God I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. Every day they wrest my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. They gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps when they wait for. That shit is just too deep, man. They gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps when they wait for my soul. Shall they escape by iniquity? In thine anger cast down the people, O God. Thou tellest my wanderings. Put thou my tears into thy bottle. Are they not in thy book? When I cry unto thee, then shall mine enemies turn back. This I know, for God is for me. In God will I praise his word, and the Lord will I praise his word. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do unto me. Say that shit again. Okay? In God I have put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do unto me. Thy vows are upon me, O God. I will render praises unto thee, for thou hast delivered my soul from. Oof. I can't. But it just, like, reading this after the fact and having gone through this a few times already, it really hits home with, the sentence right here. For thou hast delivered my soul from death. Yeah. If it was up to these niggas, I would be dead. But, it's true. Will not thou deliver my feet from falling, that I may walk before God in the light of the living? This is a good one. This is Psalm 57, chapter 6. It says, they have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit before me, into the midst whereof they are fallen themselves. Exactly. They dug a pit for me, but they're themselves falling. You want to sacrifice me, now you're sacrificed. I can't even believe, like, this shit is real, it's like this stuff you see on TV and movies, but in real life, People do get sacrificed, loved ones, you know. You never really think that somebody would do that to you. It's just, you know, it makes me very untrustworthy of so many people. You know, if you can tell me you want to hang out and you just want to chill, but you come over to mark my house and to hide my Virgin Mary statues and to wish evil upon me and to, you know, to take my spiritual essence from me, so to speak, like, how can you even plot that, you know? It's just, it's making me look at the world very differently. Because, like I said, this has happened already with him and then with some other people in Texas. And I couldn't believe it, you know? And that's why I need to stop being naive. I need to say, fuck this shit. Like, I don't care no more. You know, I just hung out with him because I didn't want him to feel bad. You know, I wanted to be nice. And now what? My window's broken in. I might get evicted. My laptop is broken. He stole half my jewelry. He brought his bad shit into my house. Although I cleared the energy. You know, it's all love in here as it should be. But just follow your mind. You know, I didn't want to hang out with that nigga in the first place. I really didn't. I didn't want to hang out with him. I didn't want to see him. I don't even like him. He looks weird. He acts weird. You know? And even when I would hang out, I'm like, he's kind of ugly. You know? Like, he just looks strange. Like, he has a really wide mouth. Like, his mouth goes from here to here. Like, he has a wide mouth. His teeth are like yellow and all like jacked up. And yesterday I saw his tongue. It was white, like from thrash. Like my tongue ain't like that. Like his tongue was all white. His face looks really pasty and he's very skinny. He looks like a bobblehead, like Tweety Bird. His head's like 80 pounds, but his body, he wears like a size 2 in boys. You know, and I think that's because he does drugs on a daily. You know, he's malnourished. I was never attracted to him. Like, that's the thing that kills me. He's not even an attractive nigga. That's why I can never really be intimate with him. It was hard for me. It was hard for me to let him touch me because I'm not attracted to him. Like, you know, he just looks strange. So I'm not, you know, I'm glad I talked about it because I haven't told nobody about it yet, my family or nothing, because it's just one of those things where they're going to be like, oh, you're getting kicked out of your apartment again. You invited somebody over again. You know, this has happened before, so it's just one of those things where I'm like, I just saved myself the conversation of how did I let this happen again, you know, and I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed that I let somebody come in and do that to me and that I didn't pay attention to the signs. I didn't pay attention to how I was feeling. If I didn't want that little nigga over here, then why didn't I tell him to stay where he was? Like, and I've seen him before in my dreams. I've seen him doing weird stuff in my dreams. You know, I've seen him. But I officially cut our cords tonight. I will no longer be hearing from him, seeing him in my dreams, seeing him at all. He will never come around here. And our spiritual ties are cut as well. Like, I'm cutting the cord, leave me the fuck alone. Like, he was so manipulative, man. You know, so manipulative to wage war against me. And from what the reading was saying, it was him and another girl that was in on it. Because he has talked about a homegirl that he has a few times. So maybe he does have like a girlfriend or somebody and they were, you know, like she said, one was doing the magic and he also has the Magician Tarot on his arm. So it's just a lot of things she said really hit home. But, you know, maybe it was him and somebody. It was definitely him and somebody else. A girl, I guess, a lover he was seeing. I don't know. You know, so. It's crazy. You know. I just have to be so careful with my energy and with the people that I hang around, man. This man could have, like, destroyed everything, you know? If I wasn't on my shit, if my guardians weren't here protecting me, if God was not watching over me, if Guadalupe was not, you know, like that's, he caught me so off guard. I wasn't expecting him. Like, I knew he was strange, but I wasn't expecting him to have an agenda to fucking destroy me. Like, when she said, this person has called spiritual warfare on you, I was like, what? Like, they waged war against me, dude. Like, that's sick, man. And I have never really done him anything wrong. Like, but she said, like, this person is obsessed with you. They see what your future is with a lot of blessings, a lot of spiritual powers, a lot of riches, a lot of money, and they're jealous of what you're going to have, and they want it. And that's just it. They want it. And now, since he's already not the first person to try this, I'm not hanging out with nobody else because I'm not giving nobody else the opportunity to try it. No. Like the reader said, people have tried before and they failed. So he thought he would try. I'm not giving nobody else the opportunity to do this no more. I'm not inviting nobody else over here. I don't want no boyfriend. Leave me alone. Like, for real, I'm not giving nobody else a chance to do this to me no more. I'm not doing it. I don't care how innocent somebody seem, how nice they are, how much they talk about, you know, positive. Nah, man. Fuck all that. I'm not giving nobody else the opportunity to get close to me, to come into my house and do some weird shit. No. It's just strange, you know. But, and she also mentioned that this person had a chance to, one of their one of the ways they could have went was that me and this person could have been working together in a good way. You know, we could have both been like healers or something working together, but they wanted to go the opposite direction. They didn't want to go in the way that I'm going, of a light, you know. They wanted to go of dark. So, you know, they didn't want that. I feel better. I feel so much better because I know God has got me, you know. Like, I know when I put those Mayan statues up, man, and then I found out afterward what he did, and the fact that I put them up as guardians, but I didn't know at the time, I wanted to fall down on my knees, man. And then he was also hoping that one of them broke because I was hanging it up and I kind of dropped it, and he was like, oh, did it break? And I was like, no, it didn't break. How could you, like, I'm just over here like, how could you do that to somebody? Like, how could you want to destroy someone just so that you could have what they have? Like, that's crazy. What, you want money? She said the person is very materialistic. All they want is money. They're shallow. I'm not letting nobody else destroy me. That fat ass nigga in Texas did it. The other dwarf ass nigga tried it. Now he tried it. Now that's 3 niggas that have already tried to come for me. That's it. Nope. I'm not. No. Mm-mm. I'm not letting nobody else get this close to me. Nope. That's crazy, man. When I just thinking about everything, like him taking my sage from my house. But when I saw that he put my Guadalupe tassel back there with the hammer, that's when I knew he was into some dark stuff. That he was, you know, like, I was like, wow, dude. And he put it behind a box it's funny because the box has been there for like a week. And today something told me to move it to another area of the room. If I wouldn't have moved that box, it would have still been there. And then you peed on my floor and put my underwear inside of your pee. Sweet. These niggas' souls are lost, man. See, some people, in my work that I'm doing as a curandera and a shaman, people like that, I'm not working with you to get your soul back. No. You know, people that are, like, I want to help people get their souls back. People who are struggling with depression, people that are lost, you know, that are not malicious. You know, like, that's malicious. That was intentional. I don't want to help nobody like, nah, man. You're going to have to find somebody else. That's just so sick and so dark. And the funny thing is, they thought they could defeat me. They all did. They all thought they could defeat me, and nobody was able to. So fuck all you niggas. That's how I feel. Like, it's just sad that you can't even be yourself. Like, you have to go to war with niggas for your for your soul, for something. And that's what another thing that the reader mentioned is that something that was given to you at birth cannot be taken away. They cannot take away your spiritual powers from you because they want it. No, God gave you that. They can't take it away because that's something they want. No. And the most mind-blowing thing that she said was that they now have to answer to a higher power for those decisions they made against me. You know, they now have to answer to a higher power about why they did what they did. Because they thought they were going to come out victorious, right? But now that you didn't, like, how is that going to look, you know? She mentioned declining health. She mentioned failing health, being very sick. All I can say is that I'm a good person, man. And you know what is funny? One time, you know, he is into palmistry, or he fakes that he is. One time, like a week ago, he told me he was looking into my palms and he was like, "Oh yeah, it looks like you're gonna be in a loony bin." That's what he said. He told me that from reading my palms, he could tell I was gonna be in a loony bin. I didn't believe it. Like, I didn't. That was all part of his plot. Well, let me tell her that she's gonna be crazy so she can believe it. That nigga is gone, man. He's gone off of whatever shit he's taken. He's gone off whatever entity he worships. Like, when I first met him, he wasn't really like that. Like, he was more fun. Like, me and Leon used to have so much fun in my house. Like, we used to drink and eat pizza, but he was authentic, you know? Like, and it's been 7 years since when we first met, so I guess along that way, he done sold his soul, you know? He done fell into some deep, dark stuff, but he wasn't always how he is now. Like, he used to have a soul, and I can tell people that have soul and the people that don't. Because people that have souls are very genuine and loving it, and when they smile, you can see it in their eyes. People like Leon and my ex, they don't have souls because of the way they treat people, you know? They treat people like the other person's opinion, the other person's feelings don't matter. They don't have a soul. Like, I've noticed that. You know, to me, what it seems like is that they don't have souls, so they're trying to steal someone else's. That's kind of what that is, you know. So, sorry, but my soul is not for sale. It's not for grabs. You know, my blessings are not for you to take because you want it, nigga. If you want something, work for it. Stop worshiping demons and devils if you want to live a good life, bitch. It's like people want to do underhanded shit but then be rewarded. Why do we want to reward bad behavior? Like, niggas is weird. Like, I'm not into that stuff. I'm not into that dark world. I don't do no dark magic. I don't do no fucking manipulation, mind control techniques. Like, y'all niggas is stupid. Why would you want to control somebody? Even if I could, I wouldn't want to. That's dumb. But then again, I have my soul, so I don't look at it like the people who don't. I don't know how they think, you know? And to me, I always wonder about when they lost their soul, you know? Like, they came into the world with one and they gave it away willingly. You know what I mean? That's just that. They gave it away willingly. It's not like, you know, it's not like somebody they gave it away in exchange for this, I think. You know, I think a lot of them have given up their souls in exchange for this initiation that they're doing, whatever group this is. I don't give a fuck about what group it is, but whatever they're trying to get initiated into, they have to sell their souls as a part of it, you know? So that's just that. They give that up in exchange. I think it's mostly for monetary value, for money, for spiritual powers. They want to be able to read minds. They want to be able to control people. They want to be able to, you know, to bring dead people back to life. Like, weird, man, just live your life, have fun, make money, have a family. Why does shit gotta be so complicated? Why do we have to get to the point where it's like, oh no, I want what you have and I'm going to take it from you. I'm going to lie. I'm going to manipulate. I'm going to take away all of the idols that you worship because I don't, you know, because you're into light. You're into good stuff and I don't like that. When did we become to live in a world where somebody else tries to take something spiritual from you and that's okay? Why is that okay? Why is that okay? Like, I hate that's the one thing I hate about this day and age that we live in. Niggas want to take, manipulate, lie, steal, cheat. Oh my God, dude. And a lot of people say that we're in hell. I don't think we're in hell. I think we're in limbo, you know? And I think whatever decision you make from here, you can either go to heaven or hell. But we're definitely not. When people say that we're in hell, nah, nigga, you're in hell. I'm not. I'm not in hell. I can tell this is not hell. God wouldn't be coming down to me in hell and talking to me and protecting me. Nah. Because hell is someone else's domain. So God wouldn't be coming down there. So nah, nigga, this ain't hell. Like, I'm just so annoyed, man. So annoyed with these fake ass niggas that act like they love you. They want to start a family. Really, it's going to take what you have so they can be a part of a group. So they can be initiated. So they can show they're down. I'm going to sacrifice Azalea because then I'll show I'm really down. Yeah, sit your ugly ass up. Why don't you sacrifice your mom, bitch? Oh, maybe let me stop. Oh, you know what? I think I can get Azalea. I've been knowing her for 8 years. She has a real loyalty to me. Trust me, I can get her. Now, how you feel now? How you feel now that your plans failed? That you tried to set me up and you are the one that now has to take the fall? Like, what? How more dumb could you feel? Like, I would be embarrassed because people think I'm weak. You know, I'm not weak, man. I'm not weak. I am not weak. I am a warrior. I am a warrior. Especially after this shit, man. I'm tired of you niggas waging war on me because y'all think it's time to take my light. Man, fuck y'all. And then this nigga was real creepy. One day he texted me at 3 a.m. on the dot. I should have known something was like, don't no regular person text you at 3 a.m. on a dot and say, hey, weird ass niggas, blood sacrifices and initiation cults and stupid. Leave me alone with all that bullshit. Okay? None of that stays in my space. All that negativity, that evil ass shit, it's out of my house and it's out of my life, it's out of my spirit, it's out of my soul. It never was here. That stuff has no place in my house or in my heart. It's like, damn. So tired of you niggas, like. But yeah, my whole conclusion is that I'm not trusting nobody no more. Like, that's it. I swear to God, I would never invite another soul over to my house unless it's my mom, my brother, my sister-in-law, my family. I'm not inviting no more men or women into my house that's not family. You know, I'm just not doing it because everybody is just proving to be rats. Everybody is proving to want something from me. Because whatever my destiny is, it must be great. I don't know. It must be great that you niggas is trying to snatch it, you know? I don't know what that destiny is. And to me, I don't really care what, like, I'll let it be a surprise, you know? So I don't know, like, the thing that gets me is how do all these people know what is my destiny and I don't, you know? I be sitting here thinking, like, I must have a good ass life plans out, you know? I know I'm gonna be rich. And I think why they want to destroy me too is because they know I will be healing people. They know I'm going to be a beacon of light. Preaching the word, not preaching the word like a pastor, but you know how I did right now. Saying the word, giving positive energy, loving people. They don't want this light here. You know, it's not just my blessings, it's who I am. You know? So they wanted, I guess, nah, nigga. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's all I have to say, you know. Is that I'm not going nowhere. Santa Buchona is here to stay. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not never letting nobody get close to me like that again. That was the last time. That was the last time I let somebody get close to me like that. So I'm just from right now on focusing on strengthening my family relationships. And I'm focusing on work. and working out and fitness and eating good. You niggas, just like a dick.